They were doing the Grand Cosmos, which is the first Shadowbringers dungeon. I think this is the first time where the Crystal Edge arc is coming us in the trusts. And interestingly enough, he can do any role. This is the only character in the game that can be tank, healer, or DPS. Okay, those statues going to come alive. Just walk back. The tanks grab them. One thing which is important for those dungeons, for Shadowbringers, is to make sure that you get the best gear for level 80. These dungeons are going to be a lot easier if you cap your gear. You can easily buy 530 gear at the vendor using Tombstone of Poetics. And this dungeon is capped at 470, so it's quite easy to cap. I think more statues here. One more group. Statues of brooms. Other weapons. They have quite a bit of life, it takes a long time to kill. Here we have two more statues. There are two enemies here, so you can use single target, but no AoE. Normally it's always better to use single target if there is two or less. Three is typically the break-even for most class, where it's quite similar to the single target AoE with 3 enemies. I look at the numbers and, you know, it doesn't make a big difference. AoE rates that make sense from 4 and above. Alright, this is the first boss. So first look at the shape of the arena and the brooms on each side. So um, it's there's 2 brooms here and there's 3 there. And probably the key difficulty of this boss is that it's going to have the broom cross. So the one from the left are going to the right and vice versa. And when they pass, they of course hit, not only causing damage but also pushing you away, which may push you in another broom. So it's quite important to avoid them. We'll look together and do it slowly, trying to see. But the point here is to avoid the broom. That I think is the key mechanic here. Alright, so first is doing some small area on the ground. You have to avoid those black spots. I think that the rooms are moving. So we're going to put cursor here and then move behind, in between both. So you see that they're stopping and doing those whirlwind in addition to their normal movement. So it's not easy to avoid. Again, middle for the stack. Avoid other people from those markers. We actually took one vulnerability stack here. These brooms are pretty hard to avoid. Okay, same again. See the black spot we put on the ground, they have to be avoided. The black spots show where the broom are going to stop, because they're going to clean the black spots. So we're going to be here, and then avoid, and be careful because there will be a black spot here. See, it's cleaning it. So those black spots are showing you where the broom are going to stop. So you have to be away from those black spots. Stack, middle. And then markers away from others. Alright, again the black spots are coming. You have to stay away from them. Again, a proximity marker. Alright guys, look at this room. It's going to come this way. So we start here, far from it. We wait until the other room pass, and we stand behind, and then we have kind of away from the spots. This is far away enough. Right now we have to move out. That's a bit of bad luck here in the... So you see, it's not an easy one. Lots of avoiding needs to be made. I think you can get hit once, everything's okay. I think if you get hit like 2 or 3 times, then that may be a problem. There's a chest here. So we can try to get 2 groups here, if we can. Yes, we can. With Alfino as healer, we never know, but we will trust your Crystal Zark to do a good job. The first two groups are done. It's just it's a bit long, but really not difficult. Let's take a second group here. Alright. Okay, Alfino died, which is not good. Very good. Okay, we got aggro here, which isn't good. Okay, the tank died. Okay, we blame Alfino on this wipe for dying stupidly. So interestingly, the one who died was Alfino instead of the tank, which again shows sometimes the trust NPCs are not as good as we would like them to be. I mean, there was no reason for the healer to die here, except that he was poorly positioned. I think it was probably a fluke of the AI, so we're going to try again with two groups. I think it's doable, as long as Alfino doesn't stupidly let the tank aggro first. Perhaps it would help. But we actually skipped this group. That's quite funny. That's a bug. Normally it's designed so that the group cannot be skipped. I think in some old AAR dungeons the group can be skipped, but in the new one normally it's impossible. This one definitely a bug. That's quite funny. Well, at least now you got a trick. You can die there and then pass through without actually doing that group over there. It's quite funny. Okay, so the next boss is also a bit tricky. Um, ah, the gate doesn't open. That's quite funny. So we have to kill that group actually over there. It's quite interesting that they didn't aggro us. Let's hope I can reach Ida to not die again. So the first thing about this boss is to look at again at the shape of the arena. So it is a square shape, and it's going to be divided in 9 smaller squares. So imagine the big square in 9 smaller squares. You've seen this mechanic before, for example, in the Mongol dungeon. And they are going to be some areas of the square which have grass, and one which have dry land. The one we have here, like right now, it's everything is dry, but some areas are going to be become green. And then the boss is going to drop some seeds on the ground, and those seeds spawn ads. You'll have to put those seeds on the dry area because they can't grow on the dry land. But if you leave them on the grass area, they would spawn and an ad will come out. And this mechanic will then compound with the wind mechanic, where the seed will be moved by 1 square in the direction of the wind. So you have to somehow put the seed in the right square so that after the wind it's on dry land. So that's the mechanic of this boss. So now it's not a big deal if you don't do the mechanic. I mean, each trust member would carry 1 seed. You have to carry a bit yours. If you don't do yours correctly, you'll have 1 ad to deal with. I don't think that's the end of the world, but I think at least I want to make sure you understand the principle. We're going to see an illustration there. We have an LB from Alizé. Alright. Now the seeding, as you see, now the areas. You have to take the seeds. So then we have to take this one. How we have time. And drop it. So you see, you take the seed and you put it on dry land, and then when the ad comes, it dies. So, by the way, I was wrong. It's a 4x4, not a 3x3. Now they're going to be. We have to be in spots away from others. Now in the middle. You see the seeds again. Alright, the wind is going to be from this direction. So there's going to be a wind, so I don't know which one the trust member takes. So you see, this seed you have to take, and for example, put here. So the wind's going to put it 1 further. It didn't work, so we see we have a 1 seedling here, which is not a big issue. I feel it's a bit hard with the trust because they a bit go to some random seed and not to the closest to them. Look at this seed one more time. On the far wing is going to be the spread. Now in the middle again. Are they going to split seed one more time here? Going to stop DPS for now. It's the AoE first. And now the wind is going to come from this direction. So we take this, it's going to move one up, so we get if we drop it here, the wind is going to push it the next square. Look at the wind. Oh, it died. But basically the way it works, the seed is push the dry land. So you have to push the seed one square away to where you want it to end because of the wind. Be careful, the para proxies are going to go toward the player and then try to target it. So pay attention to when they come toward you. That's finished. Nice dining room. We have more knights here. When you can't progress to the next to the last one, you have to kill those one first. Again, same mechanic, some come to you and try to attack. Done. So, mothbirds. have the last group with some sort of mini boss. Ah, yeah, actually it's not here. On a horse. Lord Tol 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 Ewe? His name. All the names here clearly in the aesthetic is inspired from each god. It's interesting in the first. Some are hinting that the former kingdom that ruled over the land of the fairies used to be like similar to each god. The names here are now similar. Those still take quite a bit of time to kill, let me see. Alright, now we have the final boss. Before going to go into this ballroom. Alright, so this is also one which is um, fairly difficult. So let me explain. You see, it's on fire. So, and very interestingly, on the arena you have some items. For example, you have this piano here. You have some the velvet drapery, they call it, and you also have those sofa at the back, right? So what it's going to do is throw some fire attacks, and those fire attacks, if they touch one of the furniture, are going to set the furniture on fire. And if all the furniture burns, you lose. So it's a very, very unique mechanic where you have to pay attention to the environment and actually direct the fire to areas where there's no furniture. So I have no idea how well the trust members are going to perform here, but I think given we're looking after ourselves and we can control them, look at this part of the arena, so the south part, right? You see that there's much less furniture here. All the furniture is north, east, and west. So try to stay in this area, right? Because basically it will target you with some attacks, and you'll have to be in a way that, you know, the attacks is sent does not burn the furniture. And then there's a different mechanic later on, which is no reverse, but we'll see when we get there. So we're going to go into this corner, trying to take the fire away from the furniture. So scorching right, you basically put attack is right, so you have to look at his again cast bar to know where it's going to attack. Alright, see now we have this marker, the fire marker. We have to drop this away from the furniture. So you see here we didn't burn any furniture, so I'm not sure how the trust member did. I think they did fine. Which means it may be easier than we hope. So now the blue one is the opposite. We have to go to a furniture to avoid burning to it. So you see we have to go to a furniture, the sofa. Now the blue one is the good flame. The red is the bad one. Okay, fire domain. We have to be away from others with a 4 here. And again, it is going to put some flame again. And with the last one, it's going to go to us. And see, there's no furniture here, so it's good. And you avoid this. This is slightly easier, to be honest. There's scorched left, so we have to be right. I think you saw everything now. You saw all the mechanics. So red flame, blue flame, scorching left, scorching right, and that's you know, 4 numbers with sword on your heads. Okay, I had forgotten this chandelier falling down. So now we're going to be away from the chandeliers, away from this. Okay, blue flame. We'll go there and burn the chandelier instead. Scorching right, so we have to be left, which we are. That's good. Again, if you're not sure, look at the trust numbers. Okay, numbers again. This one we are number 4. So again, away from others, at a place where there's no furniture to burn. And it comes to you, and you avoid the triangle here. That's it. Again, the fire attack, away from furniture, and away from the cross afterwards, just to explode. So the chandelier may come back, so stay a bit on the side, I suspect. And the LED behind the gate. It's working right, go on the right direction, on the right side. Okay, we get on fire domain. And we're number 4, you see the 4 sword on our head. And for us, we avoid the triangle. And again, the cross. Away from the cross. So you see the last, this one is the last piece of furniture here, the chandelier actually. If we burn it, we die. Scorching right, again we are in the right direction. That was it. Thanks for watching.